Today's scripture is James chapter 2, verse 21, 22, and 23. James now uses an example of an Old Testament icon named Abraham. Abraham is mentioned over 200 times in the Bible, and he's always used as an example of someone who has faith in God. Verse 21 says, "Was not Abraham our father justified by works when he had offered his son Isaac upon the altar?" Of course, that goes back to the book of Genesis, where God had promised Abraham all of these amazing things and that the entire earth would be blessed with his seed. Yet at the age of 100, he still had not had the child Isaac through which these promises would be passed. And God performed a miracle, gave him this miracle child. And then God said, "Take this promised child that I've given you, take him up to the top of a mountain that I'm going to show you where to go, and kill him there as a sacrificial offering unto me." That doesn't make a lot of sense. But when we look at the context of this passage, it makes perfect sense. In Hebrews chapter 11, verse 19, we find out that Abraham actually had the faith that he would sacrifice his child Isaac upon the altar, that his child would die, but then God would raise him back from the dead. That's the kind of faith Abraham had in God. And that's the difference in someone saying they have faith and being willing to demonstrate their faith through works or actions. And then in James 2:22, James says this, "See how faith wrought or mixed with his works, and by works was faith made perfect." See, the works are the demonstration of your faith. That's how works ties into your salvation story. If you say you're a believer but don't act like it and don't act out on your faith, then your faith is to be left in question. That's what James is saying. But it does still go back to belief in God, which he concludes in verse 23 where it says, "And the scripture was fulfilled, which saith, Abraham believed God, and it was imputed unto him for righteousness, and he was called the friend of God." And if you want to read that story, go back to Genesis chapter 15, and you'll find the details of that great statement. So Abraham was saved by faith, and his belief in God was counted unto him for righteousness, but it was made evident by the works that he performed backing up his faith. That's how all this ties together. We've got 3 more verses to go as we wrap up chapter 2. So join me for the end. I'm Pastor John, creating community by sharing scripture. God bless. Go tell the world.